And to unpack this, we're joined by Public Affairs Analyst Sowore. Good afternoon. Glad to have you join me on the news. Let me kick off by asking what you make of this initiative impacting unemployment in Nigeria, particularly for young people.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. It is a very good development for the Africa Development Bank to think about the timid young Nigerians who are creative, who are ready to lay their hand on one thing or the other and get out of the very large unemployment market. It is a welcome development, and I think the present administration should take it seriously and put in place a structure, an institutional structure that will enable genuine youth who are creative, genuine Nigerians, Nigerian youth who are creative, who are entrepreneurs in their various region, and have access to this soft loan so that they can be self-reliant and not think about traveling out, almost seeing the traveling out syndrome, which is called japa, as the only option for survival.
Okay, what do you make of the figure? It's, as we know of it, it's $100 million investment bank for young people. What do you make of that, and how do you see that impacting entrepreneurship for the youth in Nigeria?
For me, the figure is very good to start up. The figure is, when you convert it to Naira, is good enough. But I'm very sure that should not be all. It should be something that will continue, and the AfDB will build on it so that as many as possible Nigerian youth can have access without godfather, so to say, should have access to this loan without anybody, pushing or fronting for them, basically based on merit, on the ability to put in place the request or the proposal and have access to this loan. It's a good figure for me.
Well, there are questions as to how sustainable it is, looking at how volatile the economy is in Nigeria. Do you think this initiative is sustainable?
For me, we have in economy, we have what is called to kickstart. Even if it is not going to be sustainable, and it should not be something that even be for long, is to enable young people to lay their hands on something to start. And before you know it, they'll be big. And it should be a revolving loan too. If they're able to accept this loan and return it, then it becomes revolving. So if you take $100 million this year and you have $500 or $50 million back to the Africa Development Bank next year, then you give more people, and those who have taken earlier return it again. It becomes a revolving. So that way it is sustainable. It is when it is not properly put in place that it's difficult for it to be revolving.
Well, it's a good thing.
So it is sustainable.
Okay, it's a good thing you touched on it being revolving. What impact then do you think this would have long-term on Nigeria's overall economy, especially as it affects youth engagement?
Yeah, let me break it down. If you have a young Nigerian who is into wedding, iron welding, and he has difficulty in buying the wedding machine or upgrading to the electrical wedding machine, and you are giving him a loan to enable him to have access to buy a new wedding machine, the young man employed 2 or 3 additional persons into his workshop. So that is the impact. The large unemployed market is depleted. And the moment you have a lot of young people who are engaged, the issue of insecurity is reduced, because they say it is the idle hand that the devil find work for. So when you have young people engaged, you reduce crime and criminality, you impact life, and you build confidence in the young people. So young people will no longer be out there looking for white-collar job on which on many occasions never exist again. So the impact is huge on young people.
All right, thank you so much for your thoughts on the news. Sowore, political analyst, many thanks indeed.
Thank you so much for having me from Abuja here, where I've just